You might be looking at one of Microsoft's most important AI launches ever. And no, not because of all the hype, but because the company just laid all their cards on the table. We're talking new in-house models, crazy aggressive pricing, and a very, very clear signal that they don't plan on depending on anyone else forever.
So let's start with this number, 60x. What is that? Well, this represents one of Microsoft's brand new models, and it can generate audio 60 times faster than real-time. Think about that for a second. It can create a full minute of speech in just 1 second. This really sets the stage for our whole story today, which is all about incredible performance, speed, and a massive strategic shift.
All right, so what we're seeing here isn't just some minor update. This is the first major product launch from Mustafa Suleyman's new superintelligence team over at Microsoft. This is them basically showing the world what they can do, and believe me, they are coming out swinging. So, they've just dropped this whole suite of 3 new in-house models, all under the MAI banner. You've got MA Transcribe for turning speech into text, MA Voice for that super fast text-to-speech we just mentioned, and MA Image for really high-end visuals. You see what they're doing here? They've targeted the 3 most commercially valuable areas in AI right now. So, what's the game plan? How does this all fit into Microsoft's strategy? It's actually crystal clear. They aren't just trying to be good. They are aiming to win by being faster, better, and, this is the really crucial part, cheaper than literally everyone else on the market.
And here's the proof in the pudding. For their transcription model, they're claiming a best-in-class word error rate of just 3.8% on a key industry benchmark. And according to their numbers, that beats the top models from OpenAI, from Google, and from 11 Labs. So yeah, they're not just playing the game, they're claiming to be the new leader in accuracy.
And then there's the price. Get this. 36 cents. That's the starting price per hour for their best transcription service. I mean, that's not just competitive, it's a ridiculously aggressive price point. It's designed to do one thing, undercut the entire market and pull customers away from the big players. And you see the exact same strategy with their image model. MAI Image 2 is generating images at least 2 times faster than their older versions. And that kind of speed is absolutely essential when you're talking about professional creative workflows, where teams need to spit out hundreds of different assets for a big campaign.
And if you had any doubt about who this is for, this slide says it all. Microsoft is already talking up its partnership with WPP, which is one of the biggest advertising agencies on the planet. This is a loud and clear signal that MAI Image 2 isn't some fun consumer toy. It's a serious tool built for massive, enterprise-level work.
So, the models are good, the pricing is aggressive, but what's the real reason behind this huge launch? This is where we get to the core of Microsoft's master plan, their big play for independence. Let's just look at the timeline for a second. You go back to 2019, Microsoft was basically locked into its partnership with OpenAI. They were contractually blocked from trying to build their own super powerful AI. But then, that contract got renegotiated. Those restrictions were lifted, and they started quietly building their own AI stack. This MAI launch, this is the first time they're really showing their hand in public. It all comes down to this one core idea, AI self-sufficiency. It's the big strategic goal for Microsoft. They want to get to a point where they have the option to run their entire business on their own models. They don't want to be dependent on any single partner, no matter how close they are.
Mustafa Suleyman himself summed up their strategy perfectly with this quote. He's basically saying Microsoft will still be the place where you can get OpenAI's models or even models from rivals like Anthropic. But at the same time, they're now building their own models to compete head-to-head with them. They want to own the store and have the best-selling product in the shelf.
Okay, so that's the what and the why. But what about the how? I mean, how did they build these incredibly powerful models so darn quickly and efficiently? Well, the answer is pretty cool. It's a new, agile culture that looks a whole lot more like a startup than a tech giant. And this slide just nails the difference. The old way in big tech was to get these massive teams and just throw more and more computing power at a problem until it broke. The MII way is totally different. These models were built by these small, super focused teams, like 10 people, with a flat structure and a laser focus on smart design and really high-quality data.
And the result of doing things this new way is a massive cost advantage. Microsoft is saying that these new models can run on roughly half the number of GPUs compared to their competitors. In the world of AI, where your server costs can be absolutely astronomical, that is a total game changer.
So this is where it all clicks into place. That internal efficiency, it translates directly to their external strategy. Because their models cost them less to run, they can offer them to customers for a lower price. This lets them be way cheaper than Google and Amazon, which is exactly what they've said they're going to do.
So, let's put all the pieces together. You've got the performance, the pricing, the independence, the efficiency. Where is this all headed? Well, it's all driving toward one single destination: total domination of the enterprise AI market.
And this is how they're packaging it all up. They're pushing this story of humanist AI. Now, it's branding for sure, but it's really smart branding. They're hitting all the right notes: safety, control, training on clean, licensed data. This is all music to the ears of big enterprise customers who are losing sleep over legal risks and compliance issues.
But while they're pushing AI as this essential business tool, there's this really fascinating, kind of weird tension that's hiding in plain sight. And it really comes down to this one question. What is this technology really? Is it a critical piece of your company's infrastructure, or is it just for fun? And this just perfectly captures that tension. This is a direct quote from Microsoft's own terms of use for its Copilot product. I'm not kidding. It literally says it's for entertainment purposes only and that you shouldn't rely on it for important advice. This is the official legal disclaimer for the very same tool they're marketing as a productivity revolution. Now, to be fair, this isn't just a Microsoft thing. OpenAI, all the other major players, they have similar disclaimers. It really points to a core challenge for the whole industry right now. How do you balance the absolutely mind-blowing capabilities of these models with these fundamental, nagging questions about their reliability, trust, and accuracy? Which brings us to our final, and I think most critical question. On one hand, you have companies selling AI as the new, essential infrastructure for modern business. On the other hand, their own lawyers are saying, hey, you can't actually trust this stuff. So as this technology gets woven deeper and deeper into everything we do, who is actually responsible when it inevitably fails?